Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
You know, in our totally plugged-in, always-on world, it can feel impossible to just find a second to breathe, right? But what if the best way to reset your brain isn't some new app, but something way older and, honestly, right outside your door? Today, let's get into something called ecotherapy.
Yeah, I'm guessing this looks pretty familiar to a lot of you. That feeling of just being completely overwhelmed, needing to just unplug. If you're drowning in notifications, deadlines, and just all that digital noise, trust me, you are so not alone. It's kind of the signature feeling of living in the 21st century. And, you know, that feeling, it's not just in our heads. This crazy pace has some very real consequences. We're seeing more and more people dealing with serious mental fatigue, anxiety, even full-on burnout. And it's all tied back to this lifestyle. It's a heavy emotional price to pay, and it's becoming the new norm for a lot of us. So, what do we do about it? How do we fight back? Well, what if the answer isn't another complicated life hack or a new system to manage? What if it's actually about getting back to basics? And that, right there, is the heart of what we're talking about today, this amazing idea called ecotherapy. Okay, so what is ecotherapy? Well, you might also hear it called nature therapy. And the core idea is super simple. We as humans have this deep, built-in connection to nature. And by getting out there and actively doing things in the natural world, we can actually help ourselves heal, mentally, emotionally, the whole shebang.
And you might be thinking, okay, so how is this different from regular therapy? Well, that's a great question. Think about it. Traditional therapy is usually indoors, right? It's focused on talking, on analysis. Ecotherapy, on the other hand, is all about the experience. It literally takes you outside and uses nature itself as part of the healing process. It's way less about just talking and way more about doing and just being.
Now, this isn't just some fluffy go hug a tree idea. I mean, you can if you want, but there's real science behind this. There are solid psychological theories that explain why being in nature works so well on our brains and our bodies. So let's dig into that.
Okay, first up, we've got something called the biophilia hypothesis. Big word, simple idea. It basically says that we are hardwired, like it's in our DNA, to connect with nature and other living things. It's not just a preference, it's a deep biological need. So when we're out in a park or a forest, we're not just having fun, we're actually feeding a fundamental part of who we are as humans.
And then there's the attention restoration theory. Okay, think about your brain like a phone battery. All day long, you're focused on emails, texts, work. That's directed attention, and it just drains your battery. Nature gives us something called soft fascination. You know, watching the leaves on a tree or the clouds drifting by. It doesn't demand anything from you, but it holds your attention gently. And that allows that drained part of your brain to finally rest and recharge. It's a total game changer, especially if you struggle with focus. Next up is the stress recovery theory. And this one is all about what happens inside our bodies. It's amazing, really. Just being in a natural environment can physically calm your nervous system. We're talking lower heart rate, lower blood pressure. It literally dials down your body's fight or flight stress response. You can actually feel yourself unwinding. And all of this kind of leads to a bigger, emerging field called ecopsychology. It's a fascinating idea that says our individual mental health is deeply, fundamentally connected to the health of the entire planet. The theory suggests that maybe, just maybe, a lot of the anxiety and disconnection we feel in modern life comes from the fact that we've become so disconnected from the natural world around us. It makes you think, right?
All right, so the science is super cool. I get it. But what's the bottom line? What's in it for you? What's the actual payoff of doing this stuff? Let's get right into the good stuff, the benefits.
Okay, number one, and this is a big one, stress reduction. It's not just a feeling. Studies show again and again that being in nature literally lowers the levels of cortisol in your system. That's your body's main stress hormone. So it's a real, physical, chemical change.
And while it's lowering the bad stuff, it's boosting the good stuff. Getting outside, getting some sunlight, moving your body a bit, that helps your brain produce more serotonin. And you've probably heard of serotonin, it's that feel-good chemical. It directly lifts your mood and can even help combat symptoms of depression.
And hey, remember that whole recharging your brain battery thing we talked about? Well, here's where it pays off. Spending time outside has been proven to sharpen your focus and improve your attention span.
This makes it an incredible tool, a non-medication tool for supporting both kids and adults with conditions like ADHD. And honestly, the benefits just keep coming. It's been shown to help with trauma recovery by providing this safe, quiet space. It naturally gets you into a state of mindfulness, pulling you out of your head and into the right now. Of course, the physical movement is fantastic for your heart, and if you do it with other people, it's an amazing way to fight loneliness and build real community. It really does touch every part of your well-being. Okay, this all sounds pretty incredible, right? But here's the absolute best part. It's so easy to get started. You don't need a PhD or a bunch of expensive hiking gear. You can start getting these benefits, like right now, today. So let's talk about how.
Now, there are some more formal, structured ways to do this. You've got forest bathing, or shinrin-yoku in Japanese, which is basically just a very mindful, slow walk in the woods. There's horticultural therapy, which is just a fancy way of saying therapeutic gardening. You've also got animal-assisted therapy and even adventure therapy, which could be anything from hiking to kayaking.
So what's the magic number? What's the prescription, so to speak? Well, the research points to just 20 to 30 minutes a day. That's it. Just 20 or 30 minutes in a natural space is enough to see a real, measurable difference. Think about that. It's such a small investment for a huge payoff.
And you can totally hit that number easy. How about this? Just go for a walk in a nearby park. And, this is the hard part, leave your phone in your pocket. Or even at home. You could start a tiny little garden on your windowsill or balcony. Or just stop for 5 minutes and actually watch a sunset. These aren't huge life changes. They're tiny, simple things you can weave into your everyday life.
I mean, this quote really just nails it, doesn't it? At a time when we're all feeling so stressed out, so burned out, so disconnected, ecotherapy isn't some complex, expensive cure. It's just a return to basics. It's natural, it's accessible to pretty much everyone, and the science says it works.
So I guess the final question to leave you with is this. In our constant search for the next app, the next life hack, the next big thing to make us feel better, have we been overlooking the simplest, most powerful tool of all? Could it be that the peace of mind you're looking for is literally waiting for you right outside your door?
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.